All right, we're live.
All right.
Welcome back to Fair Play Fellowship, where today we are talking about the first episode of season 49. Before we even get into it, overall, first thoughts go on the episode.
The episode was pretty fun. Um, I feel like most of my 1 minute convictions were pretty accurate, uh, minus a few things. So,
Right.
not all the
Okay.
way. Halfway through the episode, I remember thinking, I'm jealous of Will's pick here. I hate that I have all three of these people on my team.
Yeah. That's bound to happen. I feel like every time I do this like fantasy survivor stuff, by the halfway through the season, I'm like, I don't care about fantasy survivor at all because I just want the people that I end up liking to win. Like,
Yeah,
even last night's episode, I mean, we'll get through all of it, but at the end, I found myself thinking, I kinda want Annie to go and Nicole to stay because Nicole seemed a lot more fun.
yeah,
But didn't happen that way. But anyways, okay, so we're gonna go tribe by tribe, and then we'll get into immunity challenge, and then after the immunity challenge, and we'll touch on the journey with Rizzo and Alex and all that good stuff. So, first tribe, let's talk about the yellow tribe because they seemed to dominate everything they did.
yep.
Um,
Which is my
your
first prediction.
yeah, your disaster tribe,
Yeah,
um, didn't seem like such a disaster.
I know. They seemed shockingly in shape.
Yeah, yeah, every time, like, even as soon as Matt took his shirt off, I was like, "Hey, now, that guy
I
looks a
know.
little more in shape than originally thought."
It's
Uh,
one of the things I wrote down was Matt is in better shape than I thought. And
yeah,
specifically, I thought that whenever they went to go retrieve the boxes and then bring them back to
and
the
he had it on his back.
dude, that dude was trucking and he was
Yeah,
beating young people. I was like,
yeah.
all right,
He's
bro's ready.
carried a suitcase or 2 in his time.
Yeah.
So, um, but also I thought at the very end of that challenge with the when it came down to the puzzle, I think Jason killed that puzzle. Like, it was him and Christina on the puzzle, I think. And I'm pretty sure Jason was just telling her what to do because he seemed like he knew exactly what he was doing. It seemed like it wasn't even close as soon as he got to the puzzle. So I think the yellow tribe's about to just win it all, win all
Yeah.
the challenges.
Yeah, they
Uh,
looked pretty good, but I don't know. Everything can change in one quick episode. So
yeah, that's true. For sure. I mean, they could turn into the disaster tribe just like that, for sure. Um, did you see Jeremiah's run?
yes, I love Jeremiah. I
I
thought
did
he was
too.
awesome in the first episode.
Yeah, I just had to mention that because that was during the marooning challenge, so I was like, "Man, that's a run." You get some crazy dives and some crazy runs and crazy falls in Survivor, and that should be up there with one of the more cringe-worthy runs I've seen.
I
Um,
mean, he was going at it though.
he
For
was.
someone who is like very open about the fact that he's never in nature,
Yeah, I mean,
he
he
he was
full
diving in.
on,
Yeah, he was going head
full
first.
extension. Yeah, for sure.
I
Good
don't.
for
I
him.
wonder when the last time he ran was, but
Yeah,
he was ready. He went
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, he needed to look in the mirror while he was running to see if he was doing it right. Um, okay, so from the marooning challenge, it kind of breaks off and starts hitting on all the different tribes. But the let's just talk about the journey with Rizzo and Alex. That was fun. I thought that was as far as the opening new era journeys that they're doing to get supplies, this is one of the better ones in my opinion. Um, I love whenever they separate people because it makes everything a little bit more hard to believe. Like whenever they get back, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, but
How
and
did
then
Alex pull
Rizzo,
that up, dude?
dude, Alex, I don't think he dug deep enough.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be that simple, but to not just that, but to not go like you see the dude stealing your puzzle,
Yeah,
you know where the X is.
right.
Go throw your puzzle on
I
the.
had the same thought.
Oh
Like,
my
when
goodness.
he ran back and covered it, I was like, "Yeah, that's good, but now you're just gonna stay here the entire time or what?" Like,
So funny that
take
Rizzo's just sitting there, runs up
breaking
to
his
him.
pieces.
He's like, "Oh," Oh, okay. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
cover it and then just wait till he leaves.
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
yeah.
I was like, dude,
The
I
way
would
he
have done
was
the same thing.
narrating his actions was so funny. Oh, for sure.
I mean, I
But
couldn't imagine being that bad at puzzles,
yeah,
but it was so funny. Even whenever before the challenge even happened, he's like, "Guys, I'll do it, but if it's a puzzle, we're cooked."
yeah,
And as soon as he said that, I was cracking up. I
yeah,
mean, it's Survivor. You know you're gonna have a puzzle to start the game off.
yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, there's almost always some sort of puzzle aspect to
yeah,
those
I mean,
opening
I've not seen
challenges.
that many, but
So
I mean, I was like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, bro, there's gonna be a puzzle in this.
yeah, of course. They would have edited that out if there wasn't a puzzle. It wouldn't have
Yeah,
made there. But,
so
yeah,
funny.
it was so funny watching him scurry over with his pieces and narrating himself doing it, like, "Alright, I'm going back now," is
I
was
know.
just so funny. And then whenever he won it and he said, "I wish I could give myself a hug, but that's weird."
Yeah, while he's crying,
While he's crying, dude.
it's so funny because he really has that energy and like the dog mentality of thinking,
Yeah,
I'm a stud,
yeah,
I'm an athlete, I'm gonna go kill it.
yeah,
It just reminds me of like the junior that's on JV because he has to be on JV because he's a junior. You know, like
yeah,
when you go to senior, you have to be on varsity. At least that's how
yeah.
it was when I grew up. But
That's how
he's that junior on JV that thinks he's just the stud.
yeah,
And
that's
he's the
maybe
some
how it
kind of
was in your
leader.
small town, but no, we had freshmen on varsity.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah, of course. But once you're a senior, you have to be on
You had to
varsity.
be on varsity. Okay,
You
yeah, yeah,
can,
I see
you
what
can
you're
make
saying.
varsity as a freshman, but they would
Right,
keep some people on JV for as long as possible. And I
right,
feel
I
like that
got you.
was
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. But, yeah, that was a ton of fun, I enjoyed that little clip. Rizzo is amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I was
initial thoughts.
after seeing the whole episode of him and Savannah and knowing they're both going to 50,
Mhm.
I was very happy that I have Riz God and that you
Yeah,
have Savannah.
yeah, I
And
mean, I feel
if for nothing more, that he just seems more likable to me.
yeah, I think, I mean, we can jump into the red tribe since yeah, yeah, let's do that. Savannah, I feel like her opening confessional of, like, "This is gonna be the easiest million I ever made," I loved it. I loved it because the editors know that superfans know she's on 50. So, like, putting that in there is either gonna be, like, the easiest foreshadowing. Also, it's a kind of a callback to season 1 where the winner's opening confessional is, "I'm gonna you can write the check to me now," basically, and then he wins. So it's like it kind of bookends 1 through 50 nicely if it happens that way.
Yeah,
Um, but it I'm sad I don't have Rizzo, but I think Savannah, like, I love her cutthroatness that she seems to have. Like, during the yoga circle and stuff and her faces she was making, loved it,
yes, yeah. I
loved it.
think Savannah. I think I think Rizzo will be on 50 because of how much he's loved, and I think Savannah will be on 50 because of how good she is.
Yeah,
But
I can see
still,
that.
at the end of the day, I just love having Rizzo on my team,
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's just
I
who knows.
right, and Rizzo, he had the journey, obviously, and then which means he got more screen time. But the confessional counts, I always look into the confessional counts because I find it fascinating. Rizgod had like 12 confessionals in that episode. Um, and then the next closest person, Alex had 11. So the two people on the journey had a ton. And then Savannah had 6. So she was like halfway down the list. But um, I always find the confessionals interesting. And in seasons 41 and forward, no, 42 and forward, if a contestant has an episode without a confessional, they don't win. So you can just
Okay.
cross them off your potential winner list if you see that they don't have a confessional in an episode. But um, other people on Red Tribe, thoughts? Shannon, Sage.
I don't know. You got a picture of him? I got to see him.
Uh,
I don't have it
yeah.
memorized as well as you.
Well, Shannon is. Nope, that's Rizzo. Wait, what? I'm looking at Shannon's picture, but Rizzo popped up. Okay, there we go. Shannon, the
Oh boy.
astrologist, the one who thanked the ocean.
Yeah. So I can't remember. So it was Jeremiah, who immediately went up to somebody and was like, "Are you big on astrology?" And I was
Yeah,
like,
I have
"Oh,
that. I
crap,
have that
man."
in my notes. I
I
have
was
that
like,
in
I
my
got two of these suckers that believe in astrology, and then like the next cutscene, I got this girl talking to the ocean like she's Moana, and I'm like,
Yep.
dude, I've got a bunch of goofballs on my team.
Well, no, the one who's talking to the ocean is one of the two.
Oh wait, no, no.
Yeah, Shannon was astrology forward, I thought,
Um,
or Sage. Maybe it was
no,
Sage.
there's someone that said that they were a Virgo. I didn't think that was her, but it could be. Again, I only watched their 1 minute clips, and then I
Yeah, I'm
watched.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's her.
Well, then that makes sense, and that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. So the
But
Virgo is the one who thanks the ocean. Uh, but I forgot to mention that her during her interview, her preseason interview, they ask who's your if you could pick a celebrity or a fictional character to be your loved one, who would you pick? And Shannon said Jesus Christ. So it goes up a few points in my book.
I mean, that answer should almost not be allowed. That's just not fair.
I know, but people don't say that on Survivor.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So, um, also, since I'm on the topic, Christina, the other contestant that you hated, that you made me pick, she was the last pick in our draft.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a picture because it only allowed me to put a few people on here.
Mm.
Uh, but Christina, her hot take from her interview was that Sandra should not have won her first season. So,
But she was okay with the other one.
yes, I mean she didn't even talk about the other one, but it's certainly a hotter take. If you watch Sandra's first season, which you have to, it's a fantastic season. Um, it's got
Actually, actually,
yeah, and actually it's a fantastic season. It's season 7, so it's old, but there's a guy on there. His name is Johnny Fairplay, which I know we came up with his Fairplay name without that, but it is a slight nod to our channel as well. So,
yeah.
um, one of the greatest villains of all time.
Well, hmm.
So
I
maybe
just
that
can't
could be your
imagine. I can't imagine looking at that second win and not being more perturbed by it than a first win, even though I haven't even seen the first win. But I
yeah.
guess as a Democrat, it makes sense because Sandra did literally nothing and then got a bunch of money. So
Oh boy, here he goes. Here he goes again, trying to get us canceled before we get started.
these people are. I'm actually not a political person.
I know, I
No
know you're
fan,
not.
but I gotta throw the jabs in there when I can.
Yeah, of course. Did you see the comments? I don't even remember. It was basically my whole family commenting on that first video. But
Oh
uh,
yes.
yeah, my dad said, "But I'm kind of liberal." He said something. He said, "But I'm a little liberal," because he was rooting for someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he was also texting me on the side talking about how he was loving that all of your takes found it funny. So
That's good.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, I think my whole family thinks that I'm liberal right now. We just got into a group chat argument about RFK, and I'm very anti RFK and a lot of things that are happening right now.
Sure. Okay.
But
Well,
anyways, I have fun
anyways,
either way. That's what I'm saying.
exactly. Politics, schmolitics.
It's here for my entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. It's all so crazy that all we can do is watch and laugh. Um, anyways, anything else about the Red Tribe? Jawan. Thoughts on Jawan?
Man, I will say what has me worrying, and I know I'm dipping into blue as well. Juwan and Jake both socially felt so weird to me. Like
Yeah.
they like Juwan, I really like Juwan's like happy go energy. But when it turned into that fire thing, like Savannah pointed out, it got really weird really fast. Like I don't understand people that come in with these egos that think they have to do something. It
Mhm.
looks better to say, "Hey, I'm struggling. Can you give me a hand?" than to sit there and look like a total fool trying to do it over and over again.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, he
being that
knows what
humble
he was
person
trying
that can
to.
pass on a task that you're not succeeding in is a sign of a good teammate.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it just frustrates me when people will fight for something like that and then let it visibly show on the outside too that they're mentally struggling. It's just
Yeah.
it looked bad all over.
Right. Yeah. I um, I agree. The things I liked about Jawan, um, he had his little casting call segment, which I thought was a lot of fun. Whenever he was him, uh, Savannah. Well, now I'm forgetting who's even in the alliance, but Jawan was, basically going through his options of who could be the fourth of their alliance. Rizzo, Savannah, and Jawan. They're like, who's going to be the fourth? Rizzo offers this, but Nate offers this.
Yeah, that part was
Love
fun.
that. Love that. And I also love that he called Jeff Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, I noticed a couple people did that.
Yeah, people like to do it because in season like 42, a guy, Jonathan, who's going to be on 50,
Mhm.
calls him Mr. Jeff. And I feel like ever since he called him Mr. Jeff, everyone like wants to come up with their fun little nickname for Jeff.
Well, I
So
mean, the dude's been at it so long, he is Unk. When it
he
comes to
is
Survivor,
certainly Unc.
he's Unk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Uh, and also like Jawan's overalls. He's wearing these overalls without anything underneath them, and it kind of is just like, what a statement piece. Because like the greatest Survivor players, they have something that's like, oh yeah, Boston Rob has his Boston hat. Russell
Dude,
Hanson has his
I
fedora.
I'm starting to think if I was on Survivor that you would hate me because
What?
I wouldn't be trying to steal nobody's left shoe. I wouldn't be trying to make a fashion
We're
statement.
gonna get to that.
I'd be wearing a one solid piece color t-shirt and some athletic shorts, and I would look like the most basic person out
Well, you won't make it on Survivor.
there. Hey, they
I
need something different. All these people, to me, they seem like they're so desperate to have a bit that
yeah, yeah,
it comes off as unauthentic to me, and it makes me
yeah.
not like it. Like
See,
just jumping into the Jake thing, I thought, I'm just a person. Let your game talk. If you have to do all this other stuff, your game's not good.
I appreciate that, and I love that they mix multiple types of people. Because like, if everyone was like Jake, who wants to be a left shoe thief for the entire season, that would be annoying, and everyone would just be there for clout and wanting to make a statement and make a name for themselves. Like that would be annoying. But like, I if I was ever on Survivor, I would certainly do stuff like that, and it would
I know you
100%.
would.
It would not be because I want people to love me online. It would be because I'm having fun. I am going to have a smile on my face the entire time I'm out there because I'm going to be causing chaos and terrorizing people.
Yeah, I think this is a good time for our future viewers who see this to know what kind of players we would be.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you just love the villain,
I
and
do.
every time there's a villain, then they're just being an absolute punk at at their tribe. You just eat it up, and I am so opposite spectrum. I think we would hate each other in the Survivor game. I would totally be the dude that's way too loyal to you know, my idea would be to have a alliance of four or three. Even though they're six, they're always worried about. Oh man, well we need a number four. No, you don't. You need three. You need three people, really tight, and you can sway the vote however you
Mhm.
need to with three people because you just need one. You don't actually need them in the alliance. You just need their vote, and you can convince one person to do it. And I would just pick a three, and I would just try to go as far as I could with them until I absolutely had to stab somebody in the back. But I would hate doing it, and you
See,
would just eat it up.
yeah, yeah, I would, first of all, I know how to win Survivor. It's easy. I could do that easily.
Yeah,
But I I would have this internal battle of, do I just vote off my number one just for fun? Like,
that's so jacked up. I would be honestly, I would be scared to death if it was like Survivor 78, best friend Survivor, where you get to come on with your
yeah,
best friend. And I went with you, I'd be like, oh my
we
God, I'm scared every week. What else can get me out of this game?
if that if that ever happened, first of all, absolutely not. I would never do that because I wouldn't treat you the same way I'm treating these other people that I don't know. Like
Yeah, I mean, I know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it would be in the back of my head
sure,
because me and you,
understandable.
when we play games of
Yeah,
the mental sort, I know that
right.
me and you were both looking at each other the whole game, like,
Yeah, yeah,
"What's he about to do?"
for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's true. But anyways, yeah, that's how I'd probably play. Like I'd have this internal struggle of like, do I do the best move or do I do something that's going to be hilarious to me and I'm going to have a huge smile on my face? And sometimes those might be the same thing,
Yeah,
but Sometimes I
Pulling
might
pulling
not
up
be.
these tribes so I can better remember these faces.
Let's
It
see. Anyone else
seems like
on?
you already have it down after 1 week here.
Dude, I know all of them by heart at this point. So this is
I
Red
made
Tribe.
I made sure to write down like the tribe names and stuff because I was worried that I was
Dude, in the new era, all the tribe names are a complete blur to me because it's like some variation of 4 letters. So I'm going by colors, and I do not care.
yeah, I get that. Okay, so
Um,
also on the red tribe, now that I've got them pulled up,
yep.
yeah, I can definitely hit on all these people now that I see their faces and names right next to them. Sage, I remember thinking this girl is too weird to like, but I can't pick Christina with my last pick, so I
Yep.
picked Sage. And I would almost rather have Christina because Sage made me feel so uncomfortable watching on TV.
Yeah, dude, it was
Like
weird.
like what Brett said about it feels like watching reality TV. It's like listening these people talking. It's like listening to nails on a chalkboard. I felt the most that way with Sage. I was like,
Yeah.
why do you have to be this weird?
Yeah, it's almost like she was going out of her way to be weird at some points. Like in the ocean when she just said, I like poop.
I know. What
It's
the
like
heck, dude? That's the bit chasing that I'm talking about.
that is way too much. Nobody
But
cares
that's
about
the thing is, I believe her more than
that.
I believe her that she
Yeah,
liked
that's
poop,
yeah.
and I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
But let's see, Nate.
Mhm.
Nate surprised me. That
Yeah.
dude, he seems calm, cool, collected.
He certainly does.
He
He's
understands like what he said
yeah.
about his socks giving the red flag, like just that
Yeah.
self defense mentality of I have to minimize my target with every little thing down to what I wear. I was like,
Mhm.
dude might go really far, and that's one of the picks that I was pretty jealous of.
Yeah, Nate, I mean, you're absolutely right. Kind of expected him to be calm, cool, collected. What I well, honestly, my worry was that he was on this tribe. And I said that when I picked him because the Red Tribe seemed, you know,
Hey,
the disaster tribe.
shout out to Courtney Boyette because she just sent me a tribes list with all the people and names.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Courtney, comment on the video if you're watching. Unless you're in bed next to Brett, don't do that because I don't want him mad at me. Uh, but anyways, lost my train of thought there. No, but Nate, yeah, I liked Nate a lot. He seemed like he could go very far. All right, Courtney, there's your official shout out. uh, but he could go far, and if this was another season, I would be like, yeah, he might win it, but I just am set on it's probably Rizzo or Savannah, which I
Yeah,
probably should take that off my mind because so I can enjoy the season a little bit more.
yeah.
Um, and
The
then
only
I
thing
think
is, I don't want to root for Nate. I hate rooting for people that I know already have a bunch of money. I'm always rooting for the dude that doesn't have money to win.
oh yeah, that's true. Like I could see that. If he would have to become a very exciting player for me to just start rooting for him outright, to,
Yeah,
regardless of money.
yeah,
Um, but and then you mentioned it, you kind of touched on it earlier, but Savannah seemed so observant. Like like you said, whenever Jawan started crying over the fire and her
yeah,
being like, "Ooh, red flag. This is weird." Like
yeah,
I feel like not a lot of people would just see that and recognize it as this is a red flag. They might just be like, "Oh, he's having a moment because he's on Survivor and he's emotional and he's missing his family." But no, he started crying about not being able to make a fire.
yeah. It
So
got weird. It got
it
weird.
did. You know what's funny? And this is probably the wrong time to bring this up, but Jawan was giving me Isaiah vibes. Uh, just the way he carried himself and kind of was excited to be there. It seemed like Isaiah would be if he was ever on Survivor, and he's never going to watch this because he's a hater. So maybe I'll like
Yeah.
clip this and send it to him or something.
I think you're alone on that take. He does not remind me of Isaiah at all.
I'm going to send him a clip of Jawan crying, and I'm going to say, "This guy reminds me of you." Watch the podcast to find out more. Uh,
I think he's going to stick to his Dak Prescott comparison instead. He likes
that's
that.
fair. That's fine. All right. Anything else about the Red Tribe?
No, that's all I got on Red Tribe.
Okay. I
Um,
know we kind of touched on yellow. We're gonna save blue for last because they went to tribal. Uh, Yellow tribe thoughts go.
I don't like Steven.
You don't like them?
I don't like him. He's
And you
when he first started off the episode, I was feeling good, and then whenever he had his first one-on-one with Matt, I was like, okay. I was like, these two teamed up together could be
will be
really
fun.
tough.
Yeah.
And then it immediately cut to him doing it with another person, and I was like, dude, when does this work? Other than Russell, because I know it worked for him.
All the time.
It does work all the time.
It's gonna work when I'm on the show.
Yeah, I
No,
know you're gonna do that crap, but
no.
yeah, I don't know. He Once he started getting like in his head about all the paranoia so quickly, I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I picked the most mentally weak players I could think of, but
apparently. No, so Steven,
I'm
I
nervous.
liked when he was doing the whole one-on-one thing, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I like this. This is awesome." He's, like, kinda just covering all his bases. He's not making official alliances with people, but he's just saying, like, "Hey, if you hear my name, let me know. If I hear your name, I'll let you know." It's one of the tactics I've used in the online reality games I've played is I go to literally everyone on the first day and say, let's just gather information today, come back tonight and talk about it. I don't know if you even know what an online reality game is, but
I
it's
think I
essentially
remember
like,
you playing like
yeah,
Big Brother or something.
yeah. So it's a shortened Big Brother sort of thing. So, and I did pretty good in that the times that I've played. Um, but anyways, I liked that he was doing that. And then whenever he in his confessional said, "I'm doing this because I'm paranoid," basically, like, okay, come on, dude. Like
Yeah,
that's
and that's the big difference because
right,
if you're running around making one-on-ones with everybody and making that connection, and then on the back end you're calm, cool, collected, then it shows that you're a power player. But
right.
whenever you're doing it and then you turn around and you're like already scratching your neck and it's day three,
Hmm.
oh man, I do
Yeah,
not
even
think this guy's fortitude.
right. Even whenever he went back to Matt and was like, "You think there's other alliances happening?" And Matt was like, "Oh, for sure." And he was like,
Yeah,
Who do you
duh.
think?" Yeah, yeah,
It's like he thought he was the only one playing, and then he realized,
right.
oh wait, people are here playing Survivor
Yeah,
too. I should be
yeah.
scared. Keep it in, dude. Keep it in.
But on that note, Matt, love him.
Me
He just
too.
started that fire so quick, and
I
he
know.
just kind of killed it and was like, "Yeah, people are starting to realize that I know stuff, but don't let them realize too much, Matt."
Yeah, that was still part of the episode where I thought Steven was on a high note because he was like, I know he knows, and I know what's killing him. I was like, okay, this guy can read. He's reading people. Like he
Right.
understands. And then yeah, then a downturn. But same, I agree. I thought that this was going to be the crash and burn tribe
Yep.
because I just didn't see Jason being like an ex-Christian, like with how good he was at puzzles. And like you said, Jason came in and he smoked that puzzle. And then I thought Sophie, Matt, and Christina were all going to bring the team down with physicality. And Matt and Sophie looked great. But
Sophie's an athlete. I don't know why you thought that.
she's what?
I think she's an athlete. Like she played volleyball or basketball or something. And
Well, you watched her full introduction. I don't know if that was in it for me, but I just thought that they would slow the team down, and they did not at all.
yeah, Christina looked like she was doing her like carrying her weight just good enough. Not like the Blue Tribe, which we'll get to. Also, let's shout out another Courtney comment. When Matt said that, I don't even know what you're talking about, Courtney. Honestly, I forgot what we were talking about. Uh, but she likes Matt a lot, and me too, Courtney. Me too.
Yeah.
Um, MC seems like an athlete. She didn't really get a lot of screen time because Yellow killed it. There was nothing for Yellow to really talk about.
Yeah.
We don't really have any idea about who's in what alliance right now. All we know is that Steven talked to everyone.
Yeah. And like I said, in the first episode we had, I liked MC because of her ability to create her own energy.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's sourced from her or not, but that
Yep.
whole tribe was contagious with
Yeah.
energy. I
I'm
was
telling
like, if they can keep that positivity, they're probably going to keep running these challenges.
you. Yeah.
But just one episode in, they looked their energy matched their level of execution.
Yeah.
And if it
I
stays that way, I think they're going to smoke these other tribes because they have the puzzle. They've got people who can do puzzles with um, Jason and Steven. And then you
Yep.
have physicality behind it. They
Yep.
could seriously go on a tear.
Yeah, and Steven's in good shape too, so he could do puzzles, but he also can
Yeah,
run and do whatever else, so this tribe should be in really good shape. I mean, I feel like I hardly saw Sophie in the episode. Like, I don't feel like she got hardly any screen time. I have no idea how I feel about her right now.
yeah. I wrote down in my notes that I picked the wrong Sophie, and that was just from observing it from the competitions and watching the team work together. And I thought she looked really efficient while she was competing. But outside
So
of that,
when you wrote that, you were talking about this Sophie. You want this Sophie.
oh no, 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 sorry, I wanted your Sophie.
No, no, this is my Sophie.
Yeah, yeah, this one, Sophie with the
Okay.
E.
You want Sophie with an E. Okay.
Yeah, instead of my Sophie,
Okay.
which is
Well,
Apple.
I mean, you sent me your notes and I read them and I was like, surely you can't mean that because I thought the other Sophie seemed great.
Yeah, I know you like this. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just love people that compete well, and I know that doesn't always translate well in Survivor,
Yeah.
but because you guys don't respect competition wins. But yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, she looks like a comp stud.
Yeah, I mean, the whole tribe seems like they're going to be in good shape. I don't see them losing anytime soon, really. Um, but anything can happen. Okay, so next we will talk about the blue tribe.
Let's do it.
Blue tribe.
Which tribe? Let's see here. You picked a bunch of people on one tribe.
Yeah, you picked a bunch on this tribe. You have everyone except Annie, I think. Oh wait, no, I have Alex. So you have four, now three because Nicole's gone.
Yeah, you have Alex and Annie, and I
Yeah,
like Sophie a lot. Um, I still wish I had your Sophie, but of the blue tribe specifically, her and Jeremiah are the only ones that I like. That I have.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I liked Jake's shoe banditness. I will say that he did seem a little socially awkward, not socially awkward, but socially not good at the game. Like him being very upfront with his bromance with Alex, which I know you mentioned, like is like I feel like that's Survivor 101 not to do that.
Yeah,
Like you're just painting a huge target on your back, and guess what? There's
or
only
your
two.
favorite person.
Yeah, but I mean, like Sophie even got started getting scared of it. Like, hey, I thought we were gonna be number ones, but now you're obviously way too close with Alex. So,
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Annie seems to be in rough shape going into next week, but I could easily see Sophie, Jeremiah, and Annie end up turning on the two big guys.
yeah, yeah. They definitely made it sound that way. I didn't like Jake. I didn't like him at all. I would go as far as saying he was socially awkward, and the nipple piercings don't help. I was like,
Yeah.
what the heck is going on there? I thought something was wrong with it at first. It didn't look right, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't know. He's too hard on his sleeve to be a Survivor player. I think if you're gonna have a bromance like that's the relationship I would want on Survivor. I'd want that 1-1 romance. That
right.
hey, final two. No matter how much of a threat you are at the end of the game, I'm taking you as my final two. Like that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
But the way that he would just in front of everybody,
Yeah,
hey
there's just
everyone, this is my
no
number
way.
one, dude.
There's no way that those two are ever gonna make the end.
I feel bad for Alex. I feel like Alex was trying to shoot off a couple times,
Yeah.
just subliminally, kind
Yeah.
of. But the edit they had to make.
Well, so speaking of Alex, I liked him a lot, and I think he said my favorite thing, the thing I agreed with the most, of anyone. He said something like, um, "I have to find out who trusts me the most, and that's how I'm gonna move forward." Like, he doesn't care about who he trusts. He's like, "I'm gonna trust the person who thinks they can trust me the most."
Yeah,
And I think that is a good Survivor player who is like, "I don't care if I like someone the most, but who do I have fooled the most? Who do I?" Which I mean, right now, he's got Jake fooled the most because I think Jake would turn on not Jake. I think um, Alex would turn on Jake
Yeah.
if that's what it came down to. Whereas I think Jake thinks he's him and Alex are just like bros till the end.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny listening to his intro and sorry, Jake's intro into the episode because last time we were on together, you said that he came out and was like, "Oh, I love Joe. We're the same person." And
Yeah,
Joe comes on and Joe's like, the father figure, and he has the family relations at home that he's trying to play for, and he's a firefighter and he's trying to serve the community. And this guy's like, "Oh yeah, I was a stripper. I was like
yeah,
at Chippendales or whatever." and
ladies
and he's like,
scream
"Oh
my
yeah,
name.
a bunch of girls shouting my name." He's
The
like, "Oh,
worst.
the worst." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Dude, you have a baby on the way home right now. Why are you talking like this?"
yeah. I also thought he was super Canadian. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
which I loved. I mean, he is Canadian, but, like, the Canadians that have been on Survivor in the past 10 seasons, since Canadians could start applying, have not been as Canadian as this guy, and
it's
I
crazy.
like that.
If I didn't know he was Canadian, I would have thought he was Australian with the accent. I don't know why. I'm just really bad at accents.
Yeah, I clearly.
I was like, this dude sounds Australian or something.
Go watch Australian Survivor, and you will change your mind because their accents are super cool,
Yeah,
but
I probably won't go that far. I might
yeah,
watch Parvati's season just to support my claim that she's the greatest Survivor player ever.
sure, sure.
Outside of that, I'm not so sure. But
That's
I
fair.
thought it was interesting that Jeremiah was also from Canada. I don't feel like that was mentioned, at least in the portion that I heard from his introduction.
Yeah.
But I feel like him using Jake as a meat shield would be
Mhm.
a perfect
Yeah.
Survivor move for him.
I think him kind of, yeah, spotting that Alex and Jake were this duo and being like, instead of saying, "Let's get get 'em out," saying, "Let's I'm gonna work with them," and then they will always be a shield in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, not only are they both bigger than him, but they're a bromance that will eventually have to be broken up, and he'll just be the 3rd guy, um, who's there, and then Sophie's kind of in that same boat.
Yeah. The four-person alliance that they kind of threw together there with
Yeah.
Jake, Alex, Sophie, and Jeremiah. I think Jeremiah and Sophie in that together, if they can
Mhm.
recognize themselves as a solid two,
Yep.
man, they have a lot of power right there.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
I
it's
I
crazy
like
because
that,
Alex and Jake should be like the power force of that tribe.
yep.
But I think easily Jeremiah and Sophie could manipulate that situation to completely
Yeah.
run their part of the game until they get to the merge.
Yeah, I agree. And it is a shame because I do think Alex has way more game in him, but he's
Yeah.
not even being,
He's
like,
killing it.
allowed to use it.
I think as soon as Sophie goes to Alex or one of them goes to Alex and is like, just so you know, your name's kind of out there right now because of how close
Yeah.
you are to Jake.
He's gonna
He's gonna be the one that's like, "Nah, I'll cut it."
yeah, get rid of Jake then, like, that's fine with me. Um,
Yeah, Annie was boring, dude.
yeah, Annie was boring. She was bothering everyone, and she just didn't really show up.
Yeah, that
So,
was the one person in my notes. I was like, Will messed up on this pick.
yeah, I would have rather had actually, yeah, I think I would have rather had anyone than Annie. So and like I said,
Um,
these fantasy games are fun and all, but by the end of even last night's episode, I was just like, "Man, I hope Nicole stays because she seems way more fun and will make the season more exciting."
yeah,
But
one of my all-time favorite moments of Survivor of all the shows I've seen
yeah, yeah, okay.
is Russell Hance. Even though I don't like him, whenever Boston Rob says, who are you gonna vote tonight? He's like, I don't know, probably one of these two right here.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the funniest thing. I when that happened on the couch and they turned and looked at me, I just busted out laughing. But that's how I feel about Annie. I feel like she could just be sitting on the beach right now and someone could ask and they would just be like, "Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna vote Annie because she seems
Yeah,
extremely unimportant to this game."
yeah.
But
I
who
do
knows?
think
She might end up being a stud. She has the physicality to do good if it
right,
turns into more of the endurance type of
yeah.
competitions. When she said that she did Ironmans, I was like, dude, I wish I knew that in your intro. I probably would have picked you. But I'm glad I
Dang,
did. She's
wish you
dope.
would have known. No, I could see I still think they made the right choice as far as who to vote out as a tribe, because I think Annie will be better for challenges, and I think that Sophie and Jeremiah will like I think Annie's gonna be desperate to work with someone, and I think Sophie and Jeremiah would be her choice.
Yeah,
So I think they probably were the determining factors of who it was gonna be.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's true. With Nicole gone, Annie, Jeremiah, and Sophie banded together can just they could run it the rest of the way.
yeah,
It'd be
I
pretty
mean,
easy for them.
yeah, I would almost if I had to say we're gonna do this at some point anyway, so I'll just get into it now. If I had to say like who I think would be the next to go from this tribe, I probably would say Jake because I just think
I agree.
like
And
Andy seems to be in the worst shape, but I feel like it's an easy thing to come away at, like come out of.
yeah, well, you already knocked out a weak link, and
Yeah,
I feel like tribes typically aren't consistent with just cutting the weakest person each time they
yeah,
go to tribal. So they
yeah.
cut a weak one, they made the right move, and then I think they're going to make a more game move in the next one as far as social skills go. But yeah, I mean,
And then I think Sophie is probably in the best shape. I like
yeah,
this Sophie a lot. I'll trade Sophie's with you if you want.
let me see another episode. I might trade you.
Okay, we'll see. Uh, but yeah, I like that Sophie a lot. She seems like she's got a good knowledge of the game and a good how to get out of situations, and she seems also very observant, which is a huge quality for Survivor.
Yeah,
Um, who's your favorite from this tribe?
probably Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah was up there, and I
His
love.
laugh is hilarious.
Yeah, his cackle. I thought it would be annoying, but it's not. It's much
It's
more just like
shockingly not.
yeah, it's not annoying. It just makes me laugh. Like
Yeah, it's
if
like
I
when
was
you're
on
watching
the
anything and those hyenas go off.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just it's just actually comedy
yeah,
to listen to.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
Jeremiah. I do like Sophie. It's just that with that tribe losing so much, I don't know. The thing that upset me with Sophie was that Annie gave her information, and then right before the vote, she went and turned that information in to the guys, to the two meatheads, and they're like, "Well, maybe we should just knock out Annie." I was like, "Why would you
Mhm,
do that?" Because now if that information circles back to Annie, she
mhm.
knows that you're the only one she tried to connect with, and you backstabbed her. And you gave this information away when they're voting someone out already that has no impact on your game. So it was
Yeah.
just an all around
I mean,
circular bad move for Sophie
I don't know if it's
because
all around bad move.
I understand that it builds trust in her alliance, but that alliance already loves her. Like there was no need to try to gain there when she could have gained with Annie in the back.
Right.
So that's
See,
how I saw that. I didn't
I
like
mean,
it.
I think I agree with you, and I think that's where I would have fallen on my decision making. But on the off chance Annie goes to Jake and Alex. I don't know if Annie has this kind of game in her, but goes to Jake and Alex and says, "Oh yeah, Sophie and I were talking about getting one of you next." And then
Annie doesn't strike me as that.
she doesn't strike me as that either. But if she did, then they'd be like, Sophie, why didn't you ever tell us this?
I
Or
don't know.
so
I think
it could
Annie would
back.
have too much fear in the back of her mind of knowing that she's the one who said it. I don't think that she would have. I mean, I can't make that big of a judgment off one episode, but she just doesn't seem to be at that level of thinking in the game.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think she's got that game in her, but I think that might have been a thought that crossed Sophie's mind.
Yeah,
Um, I feel like this move she made was probably the safer move, but maybe not like the best move for going forward. Because it does cover her bases, but it doesn't leave the option to go with Andy without them knowing open necessarily. Um, but yeah, so my favorite from this tribe, I think it's Sophie right now, but it could really be Sophie, Alex, or Jeremiah by the end of the next episode. Like Alex, he does have the game in him, and I feel like he hasn't gotten a chance to really show it yet. And I think of everyone's game on this tribe, Alex is the one I resonate with the most. But I think I like Sophie the most so far.
yeah. I would probably say Alex too if you were on my team, but
Yeah. Who would I want to align with? Actually, I was going to say Alex really quickly, and I was like, Jeremiah would actually be very fun to align with. Just,
yeah,
yeah. He'd be a good time. Um,
So, do you think that going into the next episode that Blue's going to lose the next comp?
I think they will. I think it won't be Yellow because, well, I don't know. Like we got
I mean, the
nothing.
comps were close.
They were close for sure. I just like Yellow. We got nothing from them. I feel like, and I feel that the person who's going home. I read into the edit a ton. You know this, but I feel like the person who's going home has to have gotten a few confessionals. So if Yellow loses, my prediction is Steven goes home because he's the only one that we know anything about.
Really?
Or Christina because of her phobia of birds. But no, I think if Yellow loses, I think Steven will leave. Well, I don't know. I could talk myself in circles about all this, but yeah, if I had to guess, I think Blue is going to lose again. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if Yellow loses, I think Christina goes home. If Blue loses, I do
hold on,
think
hold on.
that
Let's
Jake.
stay on Yellow.
I was just hitting them one at a time there. Who if that tribe loses, I think it's um, Christina that goes home for Yellow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think if I'm trying not to pay attention to the edit, I'm like Steven and Matt did seem like the closest of the duos Steven was making. So maybe they'll just have their pick of their other two people that they want to work with and vote out Sophie because she got no screen time.
No, no, I don't think Sophie goes.
I don't. Maybe it'll be Jason because maybe he starts to annoy people for being smart and being a know-it-all or something. I don't know, but I just don't think Yellow's losing. I do not see a world where Yellow loses. But if you had to pick someone who's in the best shape and worst shape on this tribe, who is it? And it might be the same person.
Um, Best shape to not go home. Man, I think Matt's safe. I think people are gonna like him, and he has the know-how with the simple things like building the fire and the fort and stuff like that, and the Boy Scout knowledge that people are going to be naturally attracted to him as a tribe teammate back at home. And then worse, I think, is Christina, because I think if they do lose, they're just going to say who's the weakest link. Because I think as of right now, the tribe loves each other, or so it seems through the edit. But I don't think Steven's time is right now.
I
I
think
do. I do think he'll be the cause of his own demise, but I do think it takes more than one or two.
that's kind of my thought is either he's going to be the glue to whatever four-person group he gets for this first vote, or he's going to be so paranoid and get himself voted out. So,
Yeah,
like, that's
I
what I
mean, I
mean.
feel
Like,
like they're foreshadowing that,
yeah,
but I just don't think it happens next episode. Is all I'm saying.
that's fair. I think it might happen the first time this tribe loses, but I don't think this tribe loses next episode.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I agree that I think Matt is probably in the best shape. He seems likable. He seems like he's a joy to be around, and he's good at fire and camp life. So I don't think they're going to vote him out anytime soon,
Yeah.
unless he just starts to annoy people. Um, and then over on the red tribe,
I like
best.
this tribe, man. This is
I
my
know, me
favorite
too.
tribe.
Yeah, for sure. Even though there's two duds.
So, let's say for the red tribe, obviously we're not going to say that Rizzo or Savannah are in the best spot because we already know that. So, of who's left, who do you think's in the best spot on red?
So okay, with those two included, I'd say Savannah's in the best spot. She seems observant. She seems like she knows exactly what's going on. If we're not counting those two, I would say, I mean, honestly, maybe Shannon, because Savannah seemed like she was kind of in with Shannon, even though she was annoyed during the yoga circle thing and the thanking of the ocean. She seemed like they were bonding and they were kind of connecting, and that Savannah and Shannon would be at least two of the people in the group that's forming. And maybe I'm just saying that because Savannah in one of her confessionals said I'm pretty sure me and Shannon are going to decide who the who the 4 is.
Yeah, I could see Shannon getting on her nerves the next episode, though.
I could see that too.
I like the moment that Nate and Savannah had together because it felt very like I don't, every time Nate was on screen, I was like the conversation, the
Mhm.
demeanor that he
Mm.
has feels calculated and smart and calm.
Yep.
And I think Savannah was very attracted to that, and they just haven't had enough conversation yet for them to kind of lock each other down.
Yep.
But so for that reason, I'd say Nate. I think of the people that are not in the season 50, I think he's in the best spot, and then I would put Jawan in the worst spot because I think if the fire aggravated him, how is he going to respond in comp
Yeah.
whenever something is
Using
up to him?
an
And
immunity challenge.
yeah, and if he starts spiraling, and he
Yeah.
kind of loses it, and then goes back, and he's not able to forgive himself,
Yeah.
I think he's going to give off really bad vibes.
Yeah.
So
See, I do think Savannah and Nate are like similar in their game mindset. I think Savannah sees Shannon as someone who is going to be blindly loyal to her if she gets on her good side. And I think Savannah's going to use that into the future of this game, and then Shannon will make it actually pretty far, despite her being one of our last picks. Actually, I think you picked her pretty early, surprisingly, but uh, despite
well,
her,
remember, my
yeah.
idea was to pick an A,
Oh,
B,
I
C.
remember. I loved it because I got a bunch of great players from it. Uh,
You
but
think? You think?
I do
Great
think
players.
Shannon's going to make it far now, um, and it'll be because Savannah uses her.
She
And
reminded
then
me of Coach from Heroes Villains.
of who?
Coach, the Dragon
I
Lord, or
love
whatever he
Coach.
proclaimed
Coach
himself
is one of
as.
my favorite players of all time.
Oh, brother.
Dude, if you watch, you've only seen one of Coach's seasons.
Yeah,
If you watch them in order, which I know
yeah.
you,
I mean, it was tough watching them because you watch
yeah,
Heroes Villains, and if you haven't seen their background seasons, it's like, why is this guy a villain, and why
yeah,
is this guy a hero?
yeah. Based on what you just said about liking specific people and me liking the opposite, if you watch Coach's first season, you're going to hate him. But it's going to be worth hating him. And that's a great season to watch because it has JT, Tyson, and Coach. So 3 people from Heroes Villains that you know about now. Um, but Tyson and Coach are hilarious on that season, and then JT is a really good player. Um,
I'm not. There's not really any players that I hate except Colby. I can't stand Colby. That
go
dude,
on,
that was the most
go ahead and
spineless.
elaborate on that one because that's going to
Dude,
be
he
a
was his lack of dog. Seriously, Colby's lack of dog in competitions made me sick as a man. I was like, bro, step up. Your team needs you. And he just looked so pitiful. Whenever he had that part, whenever Probst was trying to give them a piece of food, he's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it, dude. I went to YouTube and I watched that clip over like 10 times. I was like, that was so awesome of Jeff. I,
I got it, brother. We'll go and yeah,
but I was like, man, I wish Jeff was the host right now for Big Brother because I want to see Vinny come out and Jeff Probst be like, "What are you thinking? Like
yeah,
you're in a relationship." Anyways, I just love Probst in that moment because I wanted to say the same thing to Kobe. I'm like, "Shut up, bro!
yeah.
Don't
Colby
say they're
says,
tough when you
"I
haven't
don't
been
care."
tough all season."
Yeah, he said, "I don't need chocolate. Let's go." And Probst was like, "I got the message, brother. We'll go when I'm ready." Yeah,
That is verbatim.
for
And I
hey,
cannot wait to root against that guy. He's in 50, right?
he is in 50.
That's
Dude, I
disgusting.
hope
I can't
he
believe he got an invite back. He acted pathetic.
he's people started naming their kids Colby after season 2.
Oh,
Like he was so loved. It was peak. Season 1 and season 2 have like the most viewership of all time because it, completely reimagined reality TV, and it was entertaining and, competition strategy, whatever. But like Colby was famous, like actually famous, not Survivor famous. Like he went on Whose Line Is Not Whose Curb Your Enthusiasm.
and he
Uh,
lost, right?
he what?
He lost, right?
Yeah, he didn't win,
Good.
or did he? You'll have to watch season 2 to find out.
No, he didn't win. He took someone with him that he knew was a
He
threat. And they ended up winning, even though he should have won.
No,
And
how do you know this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I probably told you at some point, but Colby
Or Emily.
absolutely should have. He could have taken Keith or Tina. If he would have taken Keith, he would have won probably unanimously.
I
But
mean,
he
you
took
would think
Tina.
that, but juries are. I mean, you saw what's happened with Sandra.
No,
You just
no,
never.
but Colby was a good guy. Like he had no reason not to get the votes, except for bringing Tina, who was just a better a better guy.
I will never ever get to the end of a Survivor season and assume that I know who's going to win anymore. I am. I just don't trust them anymore.
Feel like that changed kind of recently. I mean, 20 was. I know you have your view on 20, and if we ever have more than one viewer, thanks again, Courtney, and people start realize like listening to you, everyone's going to be like, no, Gabe, Survivor crowns the jury crowns the winner, and that means they deserve to win because they played the best game. Which me being part of the community, I am in that boat.
Ugh,
What you can say is if I was on the jury, I would have voted for. Let's practice. If you were on the jury, you would have voted for.
no, I'm not doing this. I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not doing this whole bit where Survivor fans get to tell me what I can and can't do when they're wrong. I don't care what they think they know.
You think the
When they
jury
go
got it
up,
wrong?
yeah, the jury gets it wrong. And the one of the best things Russell Hantz ever said was that America should have a vote, and that's a fact. America should absolutely get to vote, and it should be revealed to the jury. That way, they can understand. Like, oh, I was about to vote for this person, and they
Oh
said this, and they should
gosh,
second guess.
that's the worst of all your bad takes. That's the worst take because
I know that takes too far, but I do think America should have a vote at the end.
like if they had one vote, like one
One
jury
vote,
vote.
yes.
Yeah, I could maybe get behind that. I would hate it if it was revealed to the jury beforehand, because then maybe the jury would do what you're saying and be like,
It's
"Oh,
just
interesting."
bogus to watch someone who doesn't deserve to win $1 million get $1 million. I hate it.
Well, Sandra's the
It,
first
it,
two-time
it
winner.
ruins my sleep for like the next couple nights when that happens.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but Sandra deserved to win because the jury voted for it.
That's
I would have probably voted. I think I would have voted for Russell if I'm being honest, but maybe not. Maybe if I was there and I got the
I don't think you
bad,
would.
I
Yeah,
think I
if
would have voted for
Russell
Parvati.
treated you that way, I don't think you would vote.
Yeah, you
Maybe
probably.
you would just because of your ability to understand Survivor as a game, but I can't imagine really anyone in our friend group voting for someone that treated us that way.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think I probably would have voted for Parvati, and I think if you go and watch, I'm gonna have like so many. I mean, I recommend every season, but season 28 is basically what Russell should have done. Like the guy on that season is kind of doing all the same slimy, grimy stuff, but he's doing it with a smile on his face and he's laughing about it. So it's just funny. Like whenever he explains it to the jury, he's having a good time. Whereas Russell's like, "You guys are all idiots. I fooled every single one of you." It's like that's horrible jury management.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I don't think we got to the Blue Tribe.
oh yeah, yeah, long tangent. No, I think we did. We started with Blue Tribe because we ended with them and then started the whole who's in best shape, who's in the worst shape.
No, I tried it, and you said let's stay on yellow.
Well, because I thought we'd already done it for blue. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I just think Jake's on the bottom. I just had to express it one more time.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jake is the most likely, despite what it looks like currently for Annie. I think Jake is the most likely to go home, and I think most likely to win from this tribe. Sophie. That's how I feel currently.
Yeah, most likely to win versus best spot right now is
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah.
I do
That's
think
true.
Sophie's the best player in this team, but I think Jeremiah's in the best spot right now. I think he has no shot of going home next episode.
Fair. That's fair. Who is your? You can pick people from 50, and then also pick one not from 50. Who is your winner pick? Doesn't have to be on your fantasy team. Could be anybody. Based
Who do I
on
think is going to win this season?
who do you think? If you just saw the first episode, not knowing anything about 50, based on whatever edit, who you like their gameplay from, who do you think is going to win?
Well, this will be a very uneducated guess.
Those are the best kind.
Mm. So I think Savannah wins. But
Okay.
if it's not a season 50 player, then I might go with like a. Yeah, I'll say Sophie. Why not?
So I think I was really like testing myself. I was trying to take it out of my mind because I genuinely believe if I saw that first episode without any prior knowledge, I still think I would have picked Savannah to win. Like, I just think she came across as so observant, so knowledgeable on the game, and her edit seemed very winner edit to me.
Yeah.
But if I can't pick Savannah, I think I would agree with you and I would pick Sophie. Or, just so I don't agree with you, I'll pick Alex. Because I do think he got a lot of content, and a lot of it, he got, lots of confessionals because he went on that journey. But I feel like it would have to be someone from the Blue Tribe, and I don't want to pick the same person as you, so I'll pick Alex.
Yeah. I agree. Savannah has that kind of a winner's presence, a dominant undertone to
Mm-hmm.
just her personality in general.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy how one episode, like I felt so good about my team prior to the episode and after the episode, half of them I was like, oh my gosh. And now I said I wanted your Sophie instead of my Sophie, and now at the end of this podcast, I'm like, well, Will's got me hyped up on my Sophie now. So now I
I
feel like
feel like, yeah, I loved your Sophie. I think she was fantastic, and my Sophie was just invisible. I feel like I got nothing from her. So
well, yeah. I mean, but when you're winning in the early episodes, it just has to be that way.
I know, and I know we'll get more from her because Survivor tries their best not to here's another Survivor term for you, purple. Whenever someone is like hardly shown throughout a season, they call it getting purpled because in season 21 there was a girl named Kelly who had a purple streak in her hair, and there were two Kellys on the season, so they called her Purple Kelly. I think she had 7 confessionals or something like that the entire season. That number just came out of my mouth like I knew exactly what I was talking about. Could have been anything, but she had multiple episodes with 0 confessionals. She ends up quitting the game like at the final 7 or something like that. So she just, yeah. Oh, don't get me started. That's a crazy season. But um, her and one other person quit the game at like final 7 or final 8 or final 9, or
Only 2 people have quit the game.
plenty of people have quit the game. But on
That's
this one season, 2 people basically decided together, like, yeah, we've had enough. We're going to go ahead and quit. And they just quit like halfway through the season.
so disrespectful.
I know.
I hate
it,
it.
I know, me too. And I was trying to think of like my 10 least favorite players ever. And then I found myself just putting everyone who's ever quit. And it becomes a
Well,
very
that's
boring
fair.
list. It
That's
is,
so
but
fair.
like I'll need
Because
to
you're
do it.
stealing that spot from another person.
Exactly. Yep. I know. So, anyways, what else we got? Anything?
I don't know. You're my
We've been talking
host.
for over an
I'll
hour.
answer anything you want.
What season are you gonna watch next?
49.
Okay. Any additional season?
Well, right now we're wrapping up Big Brother,
Yeah,
um, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not happy that Keanu's gone.
I
He was
know.
my dude. I'm really hoping he gets America's favorite, but I'm worried
He
that Ava's going to get
has
it.
who?
I'm worried Ava's going to get it.
Nah, Ava ain't gonna get it. It's either gonna be Keanu or if some reason like the Rachel army goes crazy
Oh
and
no
votes for
way!
Rachel.
No way! No way!
It's going to be Keanu or Rachel. From
It better not be Rachel.
I hope it's not. It and from everything I'm seeing on like the I'm in the Big Brother sphere as well because I just follow all the accounts, so I get all the live feed updates and stuff. Everything I'm seeing, like I saw one thing saying it's going to be so funny whenever they're about no, right, Courtney, no, absolutely not. I'm showing this. If you are a live feeder, Rachel is America's favorite. No, we can't have that. Rachel does not
That's-
deserve to be America's favorite
Dude,
this season.
she's the worst gaslighter ever.
I mean, I was glad Rachel was on the season because I do think it made it more exciting. But for this season, Keanu has to win America's favorite. And
Yes,
and like the people who vote are not the same people who are also live feeders. Like the live feeders do vote, but there's a much larger percentage of casuals that will vote for Keanu, is how I
I
feel.
voted. Me and Emily, we got on our phones and we voted.
Good, good. But anyways, so I saw some posts of like it's going to be so funny when they're like, and America's favorite player is, and Rachel just stands up, and then Julie says
She
Keanu.
would do that.
Yeah, yeah. And that would be hilarious if that actually were to happen. Uh, but yeah, I like
Yeah.
Rachel, but I
I'm,
don't.
I'm curious. Does Courtney? Are you saying that you like Rachel? You're a live feeder, so you love Rachel. I sure hope not.
We're waiting for you, Courtney. We're trying to go to bed, but you're keeping us up. So
Tell my boss tomorrow that
yeah,
if I don't perform well,
yeah, yeah. I
oh,
like Rachel live feeder all the time. Hate Ava. That's fair. I feel like Ava tried too hard. We were way off the Survivor topic, but that's okay.
this is in credits rolling right
Yeah,
now.
end credits. If y'all are done talking about or listening to Survivor, I'm talking to one person, it's Courtney. So, but for future viewers, if you're done with this talk because you don't watch Big Brother, go ahead, get out of here, go to bed. Um, Ava, back to what I was saying. Ava tries way too hard to make these moments like moments,
That
TV
was
moments.
this whole cast, except for
That's true. Keanu was real. Like Keanu is a bro, and I want him on a future season, no question, because he deserves it.
yeah, he should go on Survivor.
He would be fantastic on Survivor. I'd love to see
Yeah,
that.
he would. Yeah, yeah, he should definitely win. I mean, he had so many one-liners that were so funny.
Yeah.
Even the way he performed comps whenever Vinny was like, "This guy's like Michael Myers out here walking through this
Yes.
common."
Just walking. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, the Big Brother episode has been a big disappointment for me and Emily too. But I do think Morgan should win this game of Big Brother. If she doesn't, then there's some robbery going on.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like the final four being who it is, and Morgan or Vinny, they're gonna win. One of the two of them. I guess I could maybe see a world in which Ashley could win.
Yeah,
Uh,
everyone chasing the one-liners. That's what I'm talking about too with the Survivor thing.
yeah.
I don't appreciate it when people force their bit. And the worst one-liner or like attack speech is so cheap too because they're all at Keanu. Like it made it so easy to attack Keanu once Jimmy did it. But specifically whenever Ashley stood up, I was
Yeah.
like,
And made a fool
Ashley,
of herself.
shut up.
Yeah.
And to even threaten that you're going to come after him next week, we all know you aren't winning a
Right.
competition when there's
Yeah.
that many people competing.
And Ashley and Rachel just yelling at him and saying, "You're being so disrespectful." And Keanu's like, "Y'all are yelling."
Rachel, shut up. He just saved your butt.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. It
Anyways,
was I'm ready for Big Brother with the hate that this season has gotten. I am ready for Big Brother to finally just listen to the fans and be like, "All right, let's return it back to what it used to be." let people be authentic,
Yeah.
put villains on seasons, put haters, but not like put bad people on the season. Not
So
people like Jimmy who throws his glasses or Ava who has a pawn up her sleeve.
that
Like
was so bad.
it was so cringe. Like
That was horrible. And so my idea for revamping Big Brother, there should be. I like the blockbuster. That is a great.
I like
Add.
the blockbuster too.
The fact that they have two shots to remove themselves, it makes the back door more difficult. I like it. So there should be head of household, veto competition, blockbuster. There should be a have not challenge, and what being a have not means needs to change. It needs to be something more drastic, more hardcore. That's worse than slop. And then they also need to add hidden immunity or something in the game that allows them to be safe without anybody else knowing they're safe.
Right. Well, they
And
do like the secret powers every season where there's some sort of extra power, which
yeah,
is
the secret
good.
powers, they happened way too early this season.
Yeah, they did happen way too early. And I also like it's always in that one challenge, the dark challenge, that you find those. But what's the coolest? Just do an actual hidden immunity idol in the house. Hide
Yeah.
it somewhere in the house and put a clue like they did in season
The thing is,
16 with Derek.
they can only do that for one season because it will be found in 10 minutes in the next season. Like people will search every inch of a house.
But you could like don't even make it like put a random clue. Like again, Derek and Big Brother 16 with the phone booth and he answered a call and then there was like this whole scavenger hunt to find stuff and he was like putting clues together before it was even announced or something. Put such vague clues all over the house and then make the hidden immunity idol like the bowl that's on the shelf. Like it doesn't even have to look like an immunity idol.
Or
Like it's
make it an answer to a riddle and the first person to go into the diary room and say the answer.
right. They've
Something
done
like
that before with the
oh
when they put a sheep in the house and they I don't know. I have like Big Brother knowledge, but it's all jumbled, whereas Survivor is perfectly formatted.
yeah.
Um, but there's something about a sheep, and maybe that was reindeer games. I don't know. I'm lost. Um, anyways, the finale. I haven't watched tonight's episode of Big Brother, so don't know how that went. I think the
Oh,
finale is on Sunday. The
it's
sheeps kept getting bigger.
it's the past several episodes, man. They're just moments that are so cringy. I'm like
Yeah,
hiding my face under.
Ava is just. At first, I liked
Well,
Ava because I
I'm
was
talking
like,
about Morgan and Vinny.
oh, gross, dude.
It's weird. It's so weird to watch it.
So I had seen that clip from people posting live feeds of Vinny and Morgan talking about, but is there like a percentage of option A if the variables change? And like they're clearly talking in code about dating outside the house. And I thought there's no way they put that in the episode.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did it and then kind of made light of it by putting the equations on there with the equaling heart, hilarious. Like that's what y'all get for being idiots. Like y'all are asking to be booed and you're getting it. But
Yeah, I know. Dude,
I
it's
think you froze.
that's what's so painful to watch about this episode. I said, can I spoil a little
Spoil
bit
yeah,
for you?
spoil. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, you can spoil.
So, Tom gives a quick goodbye speech. Am I still frozen?
Say who gave a quick goodbye speech? Alright. Um, I think he's dying
I
or
don't want to say
something.
who, but someone
Okay,
gave
okay.
a good.
Okay, you keep freezing, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, but I do wanna know what you have to say, so I'll, maybe, text me what you're trying to say because you keep freezing as soon as you're about to talk. So, thank you, Courtney, our one viewer, for watching and
Say
staying here through all of it.
classy Sunday.
You're our number one fan, as of right now. So thanks for getting in on the ground floor. You will not be forgotten whenever we're big and famous. Uh, but anywho, for people who watch after this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. And we're going to try and do this either Wednesday or Thursday next week as well. And then, we'll see what happens throughout the week. Maybe we get excited about something and share something or something like that. But all right, y'all have a good night and see you later.